Welcome to the 2022 solicitation presentation for the Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding Program administered by the South Carolina Department of Public Safety's Office of Highway Safety and Justice Programs. The Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding Program, or CESF program, is open to South Carolina state agencies, local units of government, tribal governments, and nonprofit organizations. A local unit of government is defined as any city, county, town, or other political subdivision of the state of South Carolina. A unit of local government also may be any law enforcement district established under applicable state law with authority to independently establish a budget and impose taxes. In addition, the following points should be noted regarding eligible applicants. Police departments, sheriff's departments, solicitors' offices, and public defender offices are not eligible to apply directly, but would be the implementing agency for the grant. A city or county would be the legal applicant or recipient and manage grant funds on behalf of the implementing department or agency. State courts are eligible to apply for funds. However, local courts, similar to police departments, would have to apply through their local units of government. A solicitor's office, for grant purposes, is funded as an office within the lead county. The lead county must meet the following requirements: maintain the financial records for the grant, include the solicitor's office in its payroll records, and include the financial records of the grants to the solicitor's office in its organization-wide audit. Grants pay for 100% of project costs during the project period. There is no matching funds requirement. Applications will open on March 29, 2021 at SCDPS Grants.com with an application deadline of June 4, 2021. There is never a guarantee of continuation of funding for any program or project, so please plan accordingly. Please note that unlike the JAG program, there is no variable pass-through required to locals for the CESF program. Projects funded under the CESF program must have a nexus to criminal justice and be utilized to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus. Allowable projects and purchases include, but are not limited to, overtime, equipment, hiring, supplies, training, travel expenses, and addressing the medical needs of inmates in state, local, and tribal prisons, jails, and detention centers. If personnel staffing needs to be addressed, overtime is recommended in lieu of grant-funded personnel, since there is no guarantee of continued funding beyond the grant period. Overtime also gives more flexibility if multiple employees are sick or quarantined at the same time. There are no defined prohibitions under the CESF program other than the unallowable costs that are identified in the DOJ Grants Financial Guide, which can be viewed at the United States Department of Justice Office of Justice Programs website or through a link at our website at scdps.sc.gov/OHSJP/OAG. Unallowable expenses include costs incurred outside the grant period, land acquisition, fundraising or corporate formation, compensation of federal employees, lobbying or membership fees to organizations whose primary activity is lobbying, entertainment, tips or bar charges, fines and penalties, passport charges, and also CESF funds cannot be used as matching funds for other federal funding programs. The United States Department of Justice's Bureau of Justice Assistance, or BJA, must approve individual items costing $500,000 or more and unmanned aerial systems, unmanned aircraft, or unmanned aerial vehicles. BJA is not currently approving any funding request until updated guidance has been finalized for a new DOJ order. DOJ OJP Order 2700.1 Policy on Funding Unmanned Aircraft Systems, dated October 5, 2020, prohibits UAS manufactured or assembled by a covered foreign entity, which includes China. The policy also requires extensive applicant certifications that the organization has policies and procedures in place that are designed to safeguard privacy and civil liberties and to mitigate cybersecurity risk. Policies and procedures must also be in place to receive, investigate, and address complaints regarding use or operation of unmanned aerial systems, and that data collected is retained, maintained, and safeguarded in accordance with all laws, directives, policies, regulations, standards, and guidance. The organization must also certify that it has the legal authority to operate unmanned aerial systems, including meeting all FAA requirements. While there are no defined priorities, projects that have a lasting effect on criminal justice systems will be strongly considered for this round of funding. Examples include projects that reduce crowding in criminal or juvenile justice systems, such as those that support alternatives to incarceration or allow proceedings to be completed virtually. Projects that reduce the need for the public to visit law enforcement or other criminal justice facilities, such as those that allow web-based reporting or document request. And projects that provide equipment or infrastructure that will outlast and continue to provide use beyond the end of the project period. Applications for the 2021 supplemental solicitation of the Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding Program will open at SCDPS on March 29, 2021. New users desiring to apply must register at SCDPSGrants.com no later than May 21, 2021. The deadline for grant submission is 11:59 p.m. Friday, June 4, 2021. Please be advised that staff will not be available for technical assistance or to answer questions after 5 p.m. on June 4, 2021. The grant award will be announced prior to the grant period beginning. Thank you for your interest in the Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding Program. For more information, visit our website at scdps.sc.gov/ohsjp/cjgp or contact the CESF Program Coordinator via email at michaeltucker@scdps.gov or by telephone at area code 803-896-9958.